Good morning. It is Saturday, July 2nd, day 109 on the Appalachian Trail. I'm here at the Darlington shelter, just getting ready to leave. It's about 9:15 in the morning, a little later start today because I got in really late last night. It's about 8:45 when I rolled into camp just before the rain came. 22-mile day. Brutal uphill at the very end of the day. Otherwise, the rest of the day was pretty nice. Walking through the Cumberland Valley corridor from Boiling Springs all the way here was really nice. There was some tough going right to begin with, coming out of camp yesterday morning. Got to the top of the climb, Alex Kennedy shelter. I think I talked about that yesterday. Some nasty, gnarly trail over there. And then last night coming up, my legs kind of got a second wind for some reason. I don't know what happened, but felt pretty strong. I was moving pretty fast. Sort of sensed there was maybe rain coming. You could see it in the clouds off just in the distance. I got my tarp up just before the rain started. Everyone else was basically in bed by the time I got here. So I just fixed my supper under the tarp. It was pretty late when I got to bed last night as a result of that. Also, my batteries gave out on my flash and my headlamp. So I had to replace the batteries in my headlamp. I had a spare set of 3 in there. I'm gonna have to get another set just to carry along. But they lasted a long time, all the way from the start. So it's been really good. It's a foggy, sort of not a sunny kind of a day to get started. There's a couple of climbs. The descent might be a little gnarly going down. I'm not sure. I think the rocks are going to begin pretty soon. 13.1 miles to go to get to Harrisburg, where I'll be picked up by my son. Spend tonight and the next 2 days with his family in Harrisburg. That'll be nice. Do my 4-pint feast on Tuesday. I need to dry my stuff out because I'm carrying, a ton of extra water on the tarp and anything else. My clothes were totally soaked. They didn't dry, obviously, overnight. So you always put them on damp and cold and then hope that they dry out from body heat. And it's beginning to do that. Otherwise, you sort of get used to the discomfort of wet, damp clothes. As I start hiking, they'll dry out a little bit, and then they'll get sweaty and wet again, all over again. It's sort of the cycle that repeats every day. I'm not sure what the temperature's supposed to be. I think it's not supposed to rain until maybe this afternoon sometime. We'll see. One never knows about that, but I am looking forward to getting into town for a couple of days. I was beginning to think about the question, what is it that I would miss? I'll answer that one later on at the end of the trail. What do I miss about the trail? I was thinking this morning, what are the things that I won't miss? Clammy, wet hands trying to stuff quilts into their stuffed sacks or compression bags. Putting on cold, damp clothes in the morning, I won't miss that. Using the privy when, it's hard to separate the toilet paper when your hands are damp as well. Some of those things I probably won't miss too much once I'm off trail, but there are things that I will definitely miss: the camaraderie, the conversations, the exercise, the solitude. I'm an introvert by nature, so I do like solitude. I like talking to people as well, total strangers. I love talking to total strangers. I talked with Roadrunner this morning, who was camped right next to me. He was next to the last one out of camp. He's from Quebec, a mechanical engineer. They gave him 6 months off and said, we need you, come back. Really nice young man. So we chatted. He's going to Duncannon tonight, which is just across the river to the north of Harrisburg, and he'll stay there tonight. All right, better get moving. Half a marathon distance to go today, 13.1. to where I'll get picked up. And it's still foggy, rain's dripping from the trees, and I don't know what the trail conditions are going to be like. Probably half a dozen climbs today. Some of them steep, some of them not, some short, some long. You know, that's just the nature of the trail. All right, stay green, keep growing. Happy Saturday, 4th of July weekend coming up. Well, this is the 4th of July weekend. 4th of July coming up next Tuesday. Patriarch pushing on. A couple of quick thoughts. I didn't go back and listen to it, but I think when I introduced the first video, I said Saturday, July 2nd. It's Sunday, July 2nd. Caution, memory failure. Wow. Anyway, Sunday, July 2nd. And I've only been hiking for about 10 minutes, and right now with the exception of the cuffs, the shirt is pretty much dried out. Yesterday, after the first big climb and going over those gnarly rocks, I once again had sweat dripping off of the sleeves of my shirt. If I put my arms down just to rest for a moment, there would be sweat dripping from the cuffs of the shirt. It was just wringing wet. Happens a lot. Just part of life here on the trail. All right, that was the thought that I wanted to share. Oh, by the way, the tenting area, the place to sleep outside of the shelter, and I don't think there was anybody in the shelter last night, but there was a really, really nice tenting area. It's a relatively new shelter, but the tenting area kind of up and to the right once you're at the shelter, super nice. One of the largest privies that I've seen. Very nice privy. And so, anyway, it was, once you got there, it's a nice place to camp. Getting there, bit of a chore. But anyway, the rewards and the sacrifices of trail life. Pushing on. Well, so much for the weather forecast. 10:15, so, and it's raining. So much for the 7% chance of showers. Wasn't supposed to increase to a significant risk until this afternoon about 1 o'clock. Tell you what, it's quite the profession to be in. You can list 7% and be right or wrong. Doesn't matter. But regardless, the umbrella's out. Making my way slowly down the hill. And we'll see how long the showers last. Probably all day. Who knows? Anyway, we'll stay semi-dry anyway. All right. That's it for the weather update from the Appalachian Trail. Patriarch pushing on. So I thought I'd just show you the rainfall. Walking through kind of a pasture area here where it's totally open and exposed. Nice.